This video is all about calibrating a multimeter. Before we proceed in calibrating the multimeter, let me define what multimeter is. So, a multimeter is an electronic measuring instrument which, just like any other electronic equipment, will need servicing with time to maintain its accuracy. Ito yung nakikita natin dito ngayon sa harap. This is what we call a multimeter. So, when we say calibration, it is a term synonymous with measurement technology. It is the comparison of the measurement values of a piece of measurement equipment compared to the values of the calibration standard of known accuracy. Yung final result ng calibration test can either be walang significant error or there is a slight error. To put it simply, calibration can be seen as a comparison test. So, what causes multimeters to lose accuracy? Lahat ng multimeters come with a manual with specifications kung paano may i-store yung multimeter and ano ba yung mga best conditions. Kasi yung multimeter, it contains electronic components katulad ng temperature. Humidity will have a direct impact on its accuracy. Yung other variables that impact the performance of a multimeter can be line voltage. Kasi they have a specific range and reading outside this range will add to the errors. May isa din tayong dapat i-take into account if readings do not seem right. Yun yung batteries that the multimeter is running on. If the batteries are running low, it can affect the readings. So, why is calibration important? It is important because it is going to directly influence the readings you take, such as voltage, current, resistance, and many more. Say, we are doing some fault finding in a circuit and need to calculate the voltage at a certain point. Yung key element to finding the right voltage ay nakadepende dun sa accuracy ng multimeter. If it is off quite considerably, it will not benefit you. Yung pag-design ng simple voltage divider circuit will not be possible if yung ating multimeter is not reading the right resistance due to it not being calibrated. There are two types of multimeter, which is the analog and the digital. In our case, we are using the analog multimeter. This analog multimeter is calibrated manually. Just like at what you see, binabasa yung ohms, resistance, values, digital. Unlike dun sa digital na automatic na pinapakita na yung value. Before we proceed in calibrating, let me tell the parts of the multimeter first. So, first, we have the multimeter scale. So, a scale with set of numerical values used to read the measured variables. Yung upper scale is for measuring resistance at yung lower scale naman is for measuring voltage and yung current. Next is the pointer. Dito, it indicates the value of electrical quantity that is being measured. Kasunod naman dito is yung selector knob natin. A selector switch that allows you to choose functions to use. Next is the test probe. The input part of the multimeter, red probe for positive and black probe for common. And we have the 0 ohm adjuster, a part of the multimeter where it is adjusted when its pointer will not point to 0. Now, let us proceed to the calibration procedure. Step 1. Set the multimeter to its ohmmeter function. It is located at lower right portion of selector knob. We can see that there are multipliers. These multipliers are used to increase or change the scaling of ohmmeter for better solution. Step 2. Select the selector knob to multiplier times 1. Step 3. To start calibrating, short the test probes of the multimeter. The pointers must point to 0 scale because there is nothing to measure. Step 4. If it is not pointing to 0, we must calibrate it to set to 0. Locate the 0 ohm adjuster and rotate the knob until it points to 0. There seemed to be a problem with my multimeter. Siguro one factor dito is yung battery aging. Kasi whenever I point it to times 1, yung pointer niya, it drift away from zero scale. Kahit na yung 0 ohm adjuster is niro-rotate ko na. Umabot na siya dun sa limit. Hindi pa rin siya pumupunta dun sa 0. So, I started at 100K. Then, the 1K, 100, and times 10. Okay naman siya. Gumagana. And as you can see on the video. Ayan. Pero pagdating dun sa times 1, it doesn't work. Ayaw niyang mag-adjust sa 0. Siguro, it really has a problem with the battery. And last step number 5. Now, pointer is pointing at 0 scale. It means that it is ready to use when you are using another multiplier like times 10 or times 100. We just have to repeat the procedure to calibrate again. There are factors that may cause why the pointer will drift away from 0 scale. Katulad ng yung condition sa environment, yung temperature and humidity niya. All electronic circuits will drift with time. Multimeter uses circuits to visualize its measurement. Tsaka isa din dahilan yung battery aging kapag medyo luma na yung battery.